10 iconic movie actors who quit acting. Hey, movie lovers, ever watched a classic 80s film and wondered, whatever happened to that actor? Some of the biggest stars from our favorite movies didn't fade away, they walked away. In this video, we're diving into 10 iconic actors who quit acting and why they left it all behind. Some reasons will surprise you. Stick around to the end because number 7 will really make you think differently about fame. If you're into juicy behind-the-scenes stories, movie history, and the personal choices that shaped Hollywood, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video like this. All right, let's jump in. First, Rick Moranis, the Family Man exit. First up, Rick Moranis. You probably know him from Ghostbusters, Spaceballs, Little Shop of Horrors, or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Rick was the ultimate funny, nerdy guy of the 80s. His comedic timing, gentle delivery, and quirky charm made him a household name. Moranis wasn't just a supporting actor. He often carried films on his own, especially in the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids franchise. But in 1997, at the peak of his career, he made a decision that stunned fans. He stepped away from acting entirely. The reason, his wife Anne tragically passed away from breast cancer in 1991, and Rick chose to focus on raising their 2 young children as a full-time single dad. He never made a dramatic announcement or press tour about it. He simply walked away. Hollywood was calling, but he said no to prioritize his family. Initially, he thought the break would be temporary, but as time passed, he realized the quiet life was more fulfilling than the Hollywood hustle. Occasionally, he did some voice work or brief cameos, like his 2020 Mint Mobile commercial with Ryan Reynolds. But that was about it. His story is a touching reminder that fame doesn't always come first, and sometimes stepping away can be the bravest move. Second, Phoebe Cates, A Boutique Life. Next, we have the original 80s heartthrob, Phoebe Cates. Who could forget her unforgettable scene in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, or her sweet charm in Gremlins? She was often dubbed the dream girl of the 80s, funny, gorgeous, and effortlessly cool. After a successful run in film throughout the 80s and early 90s, Phoebe took a step back from the spotlight. Her final major role was in the 1994 film Princess Caribou, where she starred alongside her husband, actor Kevin Kline. Her reason for leaving wasn't scandalous or tragic. It was simple. She wanted to be a full-time mom. Raising 2 children while navigating the demands of Hollywood just didn't appeal to her. She traded movie sets for school runs and PTA meetings. In 2005, she launched her own boutique in New York City called Blue Tree, selling eclectic and stylish items that reflect her artistic personality. While she briefly returned to the screen for the anniversary party in 2001 and did some voice work in 2015, her heart clearly belongs outside of Hollywood. 3. Molly Ringwald, From Brat Pack to Parisian Peace. Molly Ringwald was the queen of 80s teen flicks, 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink. She was the face of John Hughes's coming-of-age films. Her performances captured the angst and awkwardness of adolescence, and she quickly became an icon. But by the end of the decade, Molly began to pull back. Her stardom hadn't faded. She just didn't feel safe in the industry anymore. She moved to Paris and took a break from acting for nearly a decade. Part of the reason? A deep disillusionment with Hollywood. In interviews, she's spoken openly about the harassment she faced in the industry, including uncomfortable and even predatory situations from a young age. She also expressed regret about some of the outdated or problematic elements in her earlier films, acknowledging that she's grown and changed since those roles. While she never fully vanished from the screen, she re-entered the entertainment world on her own terms, writing novels, essays, and acting selectively in shows like Riverdale, The Secret Life of the American Teenager, and Dahmer. She redefined her relationship with fame and found her voice beyond the script. Fourth, Bridget Fonda, Nothing to Prove. Born into Hollywood royalty as the granddaughter of Henry Fonda and daughter of Peter Fonda, Bridget Fonda had acting in her blood. She starred in hits like Single White Female, Point of No Return, Jackie Brown, and Singles, and was considered one of the most talented actresses of her generation. But in the early 2000s, she stepped away after a serious car accident and her marriage to composer Danny Elfman. While many expected her to make a grand return, she never did. In a rare 2023 interview, Bridget made her stance clear. She loves her current life and has no intention of returning to acting. She even said, "It's too nice being a civilian." Bridget's departure wasn't about burnout or rejection. She felt she had done what she wanted in the industry and didn't need to chase more. That kind of self-assurance is rare in Hollywood. Fifth, Sarah Holcomb, A Cautionary Tale. Sarah Holcomb starred in cult classics like Animal House and Caddyshack. She was on the rise, playing memorable roles that made her a standout in ensemble casts. But behind the scenes, Sarah struggled with mental health issues, including schizophrenia, as well as substance abuse. These challenges made it difficult for her to continue in the high-pressure world of acting. She left Hollywood in the early 1980s and has lived out of the public eye ever since. Her story is one of lost potential and the harsh toll the entertainment industry can take on vulnerable young stars. While Sarah never made a comeback, her roles remain iconic, and her story is a sobering reminder that fame can come at a heavy price. 6. Cindy Morgan, The Tron Trail Ends. Cindy Morgan brought sass and charisma to roles in Tron and Caddyshack, becoming a fan favorite in two very different genres. But after the early 80s, her mainstream career faded. Cindy has been open about the obstacles she faced, including alleged blacklisting and the toxic politics of the entertainment world. She turned to occasional TV appearances, fan conventions, and independent projects, but never regained her previous momentum. In recent years, she's spoken at conventions about the sexism and gatekeeping that she believes hindered her career. Despite financial difficulties, Cindy remains proud of her work and stays connected to fans through social media and public events. 7. Michael Shuffling, From Heartthrob to Handmaid. Michael Shuffling, a.k.a. Jake Ryan from 16 Candles, was every 80s teen's dream. Handsome, brooding, and mysterious. He had the classic Hollywood heartthrob package. But after a few more roles in movies like Mermaids and Vision Quest, Michael walked away from acting entirely in 1991. No scandals, no burnout. He just didn't enjoy the Hollywood lifestyle. He now lives in Pennsylvania with his family, running a successful woodworking business. He builds handcrafted furniture and avoids the spotlight completely. Interviews, public appearances, zero. It's one of the most drastic shifts on this list, going from movie posters to power tools, and it's clear he's never looked back. 8. Danny Lloyd, the shining star who stepped away. Danny Lloyd terrified audiences as Danny Torrance in Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. He was only 6 years old when he filmed it, and fun fact, he didn't even know it was a horror movie at the time. Despite his standout performance, Danny never pursued acting afterward. His next and only other role came years later in a TV movie. He simply wasn't interested in making a career out of it. Today, he leads a quiet life as a biology professor, content with being out of the spotlight. He made a brief cameo in Doctor Sleep as a nod to his iconic role, but otherwise, he's perfectly happy living far from Hollywood. 9. Jeff Cohen, from Goonie to Gavel. Chunk from the Goonies became one of the most beloved child characters in movie history, but Jeff Cohen didn't stick with acting for long. Instead, he transitioned into law and eventually co-founded a successful entertainment law firm. He's even represented some of his former Goonies co-stars. Jeff has said that his early exposure to the business side of Hollywood inspired him to pursue legal work. It gave him more control, more stability, and a new way to stay connected to the industry without being on camera. Carrie Henn, from Alien to Academics. Carrie Henn was just a kid when she starred in James Cameron's Aliens as Newt, the brave little girl who forms a bond with Ripley. She received high praise for her performance and could have had a long acting career. But Carrie chose a different path. She never took another acting role. Instead, she focused on her education and eventually became a school teacher. Today, she occasionally attends fan conventions and remains proud of her Aliens legacy, but she's never looked back at acting as a missed opportunity. For her, it was a cool chapter, not the whole book. So there you have it, 10 iconic actors who chose to leave acting behind. Whether it was for family, personal peace, mental health, or a passion for something else, each of these stars made a bold move to walk away on their own terms. It's easy to assume that everyone in Hollywood wants more fame, more money, more movies. But sometimes success is knowing when to say, I'm done. Which of these stories surprised you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more videos on the hidden stories behind your favorite stars. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.